Pastor David McKinley here from Central Schwenkfelder Church. This Sunday we're going to be looking at another one of Jesus' parables. In fact, this Sunday it's going to be the parable of the mustard seed. Matthew chapter 13, verse 31 reads, "Another parable he put forth to them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed, which a man took and sowed in his field, which indeed is the least of all the seeds, but when it is sown, it is greater than the herbs and becomes a tree, so that the birds of the air come and nest in its branches." If I were to have a mustard seed on my finger, it would appear to be a small black speck. And what's interesting about the mustard seed is, even though it just amounts to maybe the head of a pin, that it can produce a plant that in some cases is up towards 10 feet tall. And this is just another one of God's wonderful feats in causing something that's almost minuscule to become something great and something significant. In fact, Ezekiel chapter 17 paints this picture of a large plant in which the birds of the air come and nest in its branches, and it is meant to illustrate the Gentiles coming into the church. And so even though the Christian faith was very small at the time of Jesus, with just 12 disciples, and one of them was a betrayer, so really 11, and even on the night in which Jesus was betrayed, they all left Jesus. And so Jesus was the only one that was a part of God's mission and the only one that preached the kingdom of God. In the end, he was the only one that was faithful. And yet, after his resurrection from the dead, he appeared not only to the 11, but also to hundreds, as Paul reports. And so then Christianity grew as Paul the Apostle went on at least 3 missionary journeys, and churches were planted in various parts of Europe and Asia Minor. And today there is a Christian church in every community in the United States and every country of the world. And even in places where it's illegal to be a Christian, in places like Iran, they cannot contain the church. There's so many people that are responding to the invitation of the gospel, and so many people getting baptized that it's hard to keep up with. And so all of this proves that we serve a God who is exciting, a God who works day and night, a God who is about redeeming people from their sin and restoring life and raising them from spiritual deadness and darkness. God is the one that causes growth, not only in us as individuals, but also us collectively as a church. And so we rely heavily upon the Lord to do all things amongst his people. And he has chosen the preaching of the gospel to use as an instrument to bring people into the kingdom. This Sunday we're going to be looking at this parable as well as maybe another parable, the parable of the leaven. And I hope that you're able to come and to share in our worship time. And it is our hope that you'll be brought to a deeper knowledge of the Lord. And if you've not already professed him as king in your life, that you will be drawn to do so. May the Lord bless you and keep you, and we look forward to seeing you soon.